Welcome everybody to the Studio 360 VR video podcast here at Adobe Max 2016, and I'm here with Chris from Mettle. And Chris, you've got behind us here, in front of them, the Skybox. Is that the latest? That's on Premiere, actually. You're
That's
on
right.
Premiere there.
Yep.
So tell us what's up with Mettle.
So we've got a couple of things, exciting new things to announce in the next little while. Some of you may already seen the sneak peeks that we did of Skybox Studio 2. What we're doing there is we're using a whole viewer-based paradigm that, in a nutshell, makes it a lot easier for After Effects artists to do 360 way easier than ever was before. So you're working much like you would with any other content. That's the view-based thing. So instead of looking at a 360 asset, instead you're looking at the view that you would see in an Oculus Rift or in a browser as it's displayed back. So for example, if you want to paint stuff out,
Right.
it's much easier to be able to go walk into that view because you're accustomed
And
to
paint
look
on the view itself.
Right, yeah.
Today, for people to understand, is you have to be in the equirectangular view, and that's kind of like with Premiere, you can't do any masking in the 360 view. You have to be in the flat view, basically.
Correct.
So you're saying now with your new version, you can be in the actual 360
Yep.
environment,
So you can
look
just-
up and...
Yeah, say for example, I want to go and touch out one of those lights up there. I
Right.
just look up there, grab my clone tool or use the Mocha stuff, which is
Right.
very cool too, and just go in and paint it out.
Oh, that's
as,
really cool.
As if you've,
Right.
like you're doing any other asset. Like
Because
any
as
other
creative
files.
pros, we have to understand an equirectangular image and know what's bottom, what's top, and that's
Exactly.
where it gets really confusing.
Well, I've done a lot of retouching in my career, so it's a lot easier for me to resolve and paint out something that my eyes are used to seeing versus looking at something that's very deformed. Right.
So that's in version 2.0.
Version 2.0.
And only for After Effects.
Only for After Effects. The other thing that's amazing about that is now, you know that camera trackers are built the algorithms are built to track what a camera sees, right? So they're used to seeing a certain amount of distortion and they can compensate that. But when they look at equirectangular data, it's way too distorted, way too deformed, and they sort of like lose their way, if you will, right? Well, now what you can do is you can actually go in with Studio 2 and say, here's a zone that I want you to track. And it doesn't have to be locked to a rectangular format. You can actually open up a zone like this and say, track that object right across that thing. You've got that data and now you can resolve it because you're seeing it much like your eye sees it. There's no more deformation that's in the way anymore. So yeah.
So is that released yet or
no?
not
No,
yet?
that's in beta right now, but it's looking very good. We're hoping for sure to launch it before the end of the year.
Okay.
If not sooner than that.
That's coming up pretty quickly
Yep.
here.
Yeah, but it's looking very good. It's something that we've been working on for about 4.5, 5 months already, actually longer than that. We're seriously looking at it.
What about for the Premiere side? Anything new going on
so
there?
the transitions that we launched, they met with great success. People are loving those. We're about to launch a new pack, 4. We've got, I'll name 3 out of 4 because we're not quite locked in on the 4th one. So we've got light leaks, chroma leaks, and we've got directional and radial blurs built into one package.
Okay.
So those will be really, really neat. And they're all 360 aware, of course, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, anything on the plugin side for Premiere, or are you encouraging most people to go towards After Effects when they're working with 360?
Well, we've got 360 VR tools which deal with the basics, right? And then you've got some post effects in there, like the blur, glow, denoise, and sharpen. So nothing new that way, but what's going to happen
more
is...
of the transition.
Yeah, down the road, what's going to happen is we're going to introduce more post effects, right? Because a lot of them do not work. The ones that ship with Premiere Pro do not work in 360 space. So that'll be another thing that we do. We plan on expanding tremendously on the text tool, by the way. So I think we can have a lot more fun with that and give you a lot more power.
Okay.
So it'll be like stuff like that basically as we move along.
All right. Well, if people want to find out more about you guys, where should they go?
Mettle.com. And if you only have a bit of time, check the blog out. My partner Nancy has done, and her team have done an amazing job of curating incredible.
There's a lot of good content.
Yeah, oh, amazing.
It's
amazing
inspiring.
content. Yeah.
I mean, just to go out as a creative person and go like, I want to do that.
You'll learn so much.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
All right, Chris.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.